guys, Butt Me Up here. Thank you. First and foremost, thank you very much for all the support with the viewing of the YouTube, liking Reddit posts. I've started streaming on YouTube now as well, so if you hit subscribe, you'll be able to see when I go live playing builds like this and, you know, taking suggestions from the chat on what to play and when to play and stuff like that. But into the guide. So today we are looking at Isol, which is a very, very popular character, but most people build an assault rifle apart from the top Koreans who are currently using a pistol build. So this is my Isol pistol build that has extreme damage, extremely quick build path as well, and can really catch people off guard because they're not used to the burst, they're used to the sort of slow sustained damage. So first and foremost, we've got the Electron Blaster, nice bit of attack power, nice bit of attack speed, and movement speed as well. That's going to become very important later on when I sort of explain the skills and how to play this build. Next, we've got the Camouflage Suit. Gives you some attack power, some crit chance, and also reduces skill damage and increases your defense as well, which is really useful. Motorcycle helmet for the attack power, HP, and the vision range. Again, seeing your opponents before they see you, very nice. The Sheath of Shah Jahan, attack power, HP, and the normal attack power reduction as well, just giving you a little bit more survivability. Finally, the Bisfellas, or the Boots as I like to call them, attack power, defense, SP regen, a little bit of movement speed, and some critical strike chance as well. And moving on finally to the magazine, nice easy accessory to finish with a max HP and the normal attack damage reduction too. So moving on to the build path, you can see that it's essentially free zones. So you start at beach, you gather what you need, you then teleport using the uptown teleporter to dock. That will finish off your Electron Blaster, your arm slot, and your accessory. And by the time you make your way to hospital, you can finish off the rest of the build there as well. So extremely quick. Sometimes you can go through chapel, you can pick up some leather from the chickens in chapel. That'll get you the blaster, which makes it very easy to pick off some early kills, especially with the arm slot and the accessory slot finished. Would recommend getting leather as quick as possible. Maybe not in beach because you're still generally level 1 or 2 and it takes a while to kill stuff. However, by the time you get to chickens, you're generally level 3. You can use your W skill to pile them down very quickly. And again, I would recommend chickens. They have the highest chance to drop leather. On the way between chapel and hospital, you do want to pick up some stones. That's going to allow you to build into your helmet and your boots as well. So it's very worth grabbing those as soon as possible. This build is a little bit food starved. You are picking up a lot of items, so just bear that in mind. Try to pick up food stuff as you travel through. If you need to walk through cemetery, do that. Pick up some foodstuffs, or of course, once you get to hospital, finish your build, head over to pond and grab some lighters in the dock as well for your food. So yeah, that's the build path. Extremely quick and can really catch people off guard. You can literally be finished by the time you hit your third area and then just start killing people, absolutely dominate them, and then obviously pick up gear upgrades as you kill people. So if someone's got a slightly better helmet, take it. Slightly better accessory, take it. Arms, boots, whatever, just take all the upgrades you can. Bearing in mind as well, Isol with the pistol skill is extremely quick, extremely sneaky. So let's move on to his skills. So with the pistol, his mobility is one of the highest in the game, if not the highest. So first of all, we have the Semtex bomb. So this is what you're going to be building first. So the general skill order is going to be obviously R whenever it's available, followed by Q, followed by W, followed by E. Generally, I like to, depending on who I'm facing, is depending on which one I max first. This is really good to max for the cooldown and obviously the length of time as well, but you might just want to cycle between these two because the W is extremely good at chasing people down. But your main sort of damage is going to come from Semtex and the auto attacks. So essentially, you throw a bomb. If you land it on someone, it sticks to them, and then each auto attack increases the damage as well as roots the enemy as well. So yeah, it's well worth sort of, as soon as you stuck that on someone, just start attacking them as much as humanly possible. Get nice and close, get damage on them, make that explosion really, really hurt. Next up is your W, which is your Rebel Assault. So essentially opens up a cone of damage. Enemies hit have their movement speed reduced, starting from their last damage taken from Rebel Assault. So it's extremely good at kiting people away and also catching people as well. The range on it is huge, so bear that in mind. Your main escape skill, and something you should become very good at duking with, is camouflage. So essentially it's a roll, which then makes him go invisible. The invisibility is lifted after a certain time if Isol does any other action than movement, so bear that in mind. Do not go invisible and then auto attack someone if you're trying to escape. Try to invis into bushes or out of bushes as well. It really confuses your opponent. Last thing is basically an ultimate that is also a trap. So it's the MOK operational mine. So he puts a mine down where he's standing. The mine explodes when an enemy enters its range, dealing damage and reducing the movement speed of enemies hit. So essentially it's a trap. It is quite a big bit of damage. You should basically be always placing these in bushes, etc., having people move in and stand on them. So always try to lure your opponent to the mine if you can, and put one down whenever you're resting or anything like that, just to dissuade opponents from attacking you. Your passive, I don't really put points into this unless it's right at the end of the game. I've got no other choice. But essentially, he arms traps faster. Enemies that take damage from his traps have the defense reduced for a certain time. If an enemy sets a trap in Isol's vision range, remembers the trap, prevent him from going invisible for him. So he's basically an anti-trapper at that point. But again, just the 1 point that you start with your passive is good enough. Again, not worth upgrading. Finally, we come to the crux of this build, which is the pistol skill. This makes you extremely hard to catch. You can pick and choose every single fight you want to take, and also you can really sort of catch up to people. I would recommend killing as many wild animals as possible to get this leveled as quick as possible, because it is a very, very useful skill. So it increases your movement speed and quickly reloads your gun. The cooldowns of all your other skills are reduced as well. So basically you can then get access to other skills. So you can use your E quicker, you can use your Q quicker, you can use your W quicker. Such a huge investment, and this is why we go for the pistol skill with Isol. So up now is going to be a little bit of gameplay. I've cut it down from a game that I recently won using this exact build. Any questions, please leave me a comment, and once again, don't forget to subscribe, like, share, and I look forward to making more of these for you. Thank you, guys.
Will now begin.
So once again, guys, I'm going to be commenting over the important parts of the game with just little bits of advice so you can see the fights. So obviously we're going to start out looting absolutely everything. Generally we can get most of our build uncontested. It's only 3 zones, so it should be fine. But if there's anything missing, obviously just take a look at the zones in between dock and hospital, and you should be able to pick up everything that you need. So here we are going to run into another Isol where we haven't quite finished our build. So I'm going to use basically my W and E to kite him. And again, just being able to pick and choose what fights you want to take is a massive advantage of this build. So just need a few more items now just to complete. Pick up some food and hopefully, poach a kill or 2 in the meantime. But again, don't be afraid to back away and live to fight another day. And that rhymes. It wasn't meant to, but you get the idea. I would advise treating Isol as an opportunist. So obviously I can see some fighting down here, so I'm immediately on it. W there, pick off the kill, and then an easy kill on the enemy Isol as well, which is going to allow us to pick up a lot of materials, some food, stuff like that, just to make our build that little bit better. But the good thing is, when there's red marks, there's usually more people to follow. So again, look at the damage on this. You're just able to kind of pick people off with a single auto. So there was another kill, and now Hyojin's going to eat that W, slow her down, allows me to catch up, pop the Q, and I know I've secured the kill even if she managed to teleport away there. So just by looking for exclamation marks, diving in and knowing that I can escape if I need to, makes Isol with the pistol extremely dangerous. And you see me pop the pistol skill there as well. That just allows me to keep on top of people if I need to chase them, reduces all my cooldowns obviously, and if I need to get away very quickly.
Goodbye.
So shortly after the last battle, that heart actually comes back. Because we've got fortunate with picking off kills, we're actually way ahead. Also, the fact that we're full build to have decent food, I don't mind chasing. Even people like Heart, generally you can easily catch, even if you mistake your E there like I did. Just because the range on this W is huge, just allows you to catch people very easily, and then if you manage to land a Q on them, they're gonna go down. So even Heart with a high mobility can't keep up with the pistol build. Didn't even need my D there, just D-skilled there, sorry. Just using the E roll and the W to catch is more than enough. This is another example of how you can pick and choose your fights with Isol. So I teleport into quite a bad position there, and I'm just going to try and kite as best as possible. I do manage to get the Q down. The R was already laid as well, so she did take a big chunk of damage. Might not want to give chase, but if she decided to, I've got the option to pop my pistol skill again and just sort of root away. But this is what I mean. So what I'm doing here is I'm waiting for my R skill before I decide to rest. I'm deciding whether to re-engage or not. But as soon as obviously my R is there, I've laid the mine. So if she does decide to pursue, she's going to eat a lot of damage. But again, because my E skill is up and I've got that pistol skill, I'm not too afraid of taking any fight, because if I start to lose, I just back out. And that's the kind of beauty of Isol at the moment. Again, you can pick and choose those fights. You can lure people into traps as you need to. So yeah, don't be afraid to back off if you need to. I've said all about I can say about picking and choosing fights, but as soon as this Jackie was able to lay that kind of damage on me, I'm out of here. And again, most people will try to run back the opposite way, but her kite skills are down. I'm going to lure her straight into the mine, which she does take the full damage, but look how quick that E comes up. And again, using the bush just to kind of outmaneuver my opponent, and once again, live to fight another day, and that's how you win games. So I place down my my ultimate, and then I'm happy just to kind of rest up with the vision and then move back around as I need to.
Buried after this.
Once again, playing Isol as the opportunity is. I see Hyunwoo was actually up top with the Jackie, so I've laid a mine on my sort of pass back, but as soon as I see both characters and the red exclamation marks, you know I'm in there. If it turns out bad, I can escape, but on this occasion, I basically find the perfect opportunity to secure the W, win the game, and that's Pistol Isol. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe, share, and once again, I do live stream here on YouTube, so you'll be able to see that. But I hope to release some more guides in the future. Let me know what you think. Thank you very much.